Oh, he does? Oh, yes. All right, hold it. Pause. You want to pause? Now stop. All right, cut. That's what I need. He does it short.
Background too, or
yeah. Well, we'll be ignoring. Right, talk with your hands.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yes.
You do that. Stop that. Good point. Give direction.
Let's face out this little bit. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
I guess that filter just stays on all the time.
Yeah, out here on the. See, that mountain used to be up there. We moved down to that. That was very wise of you. I bet that was hard to do. Okay. Why'd you throw the magazines out? Yeah.
We lost 2 magazines.
Pull out the bag.
Keep track of those.
Did Tom see him go out? Or?
Yeah. Pick them up. Hopefully they're sealed.
Did it still work, Dave?
Huh?
It still work?
No, I got a center line. Got a vertical, you know, I got half a picture. Half up, half down.
Well, that's a thing.
Oh, about halfway through. Change batteries.
Was the seat any better or that rated too tight?
Taking an iron video, they don't last very long.
We should go back. Go back. So I knew it was that.
Gets back to the original battery, though, isn't it?
Okay, that was 8.
That was what?
Let's Dave. I can get another battery. You want to try that? Oh, you don't want to talk to Dave? Don't want to talk to Dave. I know.
He may want it in a minute, Ian. We better leave it.
You don't want to be ideal there, Tom. You throw it in the tree.
Huh?
I guess you got enough rope, though, have you?
What?
To throw that over the tree.
We're rolling. This is a kind of unlikely sight if you just look at it, this installation in the desert. Is it very much different from television for you?
Oh yeah, well, I guess one thing I like the most about doing films is working outdoors. And on the last film, we got to work a little bit in the desert in Palmdale, in California, and we just loved it. It's so, we spend all of our lives in the studio when we're doing the Muppet Show, and so we get to come out here, and it's just, the air is wonderful, and they have a great catered lunch. No, but in general, films, are quite different than television, and this is the first one I've ever directed, and I'm having a wonderful time. It's just a joy to do. You have so much more time when you're doing a film, when you're doing a feature, and to do each little moment, you take enough time to get it right. And we're shooting, within a day on film, we may shoot a minute and a half. And of course on television, we generally have to get about 8 to 10 minutes in a day.
Yeah.
So there's an enormous difference in just the shooting time,
And the set is different, the whole outdoors.
Yes, yes. Well, that was one thing we did with the first film was when we took the Muppets outdoors. In the television show, we bring a guest into the Muppet world, and for the features, we're taking the characters out into the real world, and that's a lot of fun.
The real world is supposed to be big and cruel, and the Muppets are so innocent. Aren't you afraid you'll harm them?
Well, let's see. No, I think that whole, it's the Muppets meeting the world, I think that's one of their appeals. They have this kind of an innocence of a person meeting the world for the first time. And so I think you get a little bit of that in some of these features.
When you were a kid growing up in Mississippi, did you ever dream you'd be standing out in the desert of New Mexico someday directing a film?
No, I can't think I ever thought. No, I guess originally I wanted to be an artist, and then I did get interested in movies, and when I was in college. But at that time I thought I would probably be designing scenery for films, because that's always been a major interest of mine. And but it all just kind of happened. One thing led to another.
Did you? I'm just interested in knowing how it works. When you invent a new Muppet, does the body of the Muppet come first, or does his character spring first into your head?
Well, it's usually an idea or a concept first, and it so often it comes about through so many different people. It's not just me, and I usually get all the credit for it. But really, if you've seen our New York operation, there are a lot of designers and builders, and ideas come from either them or the writers. Michael Frith, our art director, comes up with a lot of the stuff, and so ideas come from anywhere, and then the puppet starts to be built, and then it's kind of a working back and forth between the builders and the puppeteer. And then the puppeteer and the writers, so it's a whole sort of group thing. By the time the character is finished, you don't really know exactly where all it came from.
Is there a little bit of some real person in each of the Muppets?
Well, I think the performers lend that. Certainly Frank and his characters all have some part of him. And I suppose mine do of me too. It varies a lot from performer to performer.
Yeah, that's the question I'm sure people will be curious about is, we know you're Kermit. Is Kermit in any way you?
I guess so. There's a certain part of me and him, and vice versa. He tends to try to run things and try to keep the thing going steadily. And I do a bit of that.
Tell me what goes on there in that mansion in New York. First of all, why a mansion? Why not a warehouse someplace?
Oh, I don't know. Originally, we were in two buildings. Well, the building, you know, our move before this, we were in two buildings. And we had a workshop in one building and our offices in another. And sort of, it was kind of a division of these two things. And I wanted to get a building that would sort of pull us all back together again. And then when I saw that place and that great central stairway, which I just love, and the fact that sort of everything opens out onto that, and I felt that, you know, that we could, that would sort of pull us all together. And it works very nicely that way.
There is a great sense of fun in the building. It's hard to think of it as a workplace at all sometimes.
Well, those people work very hard, though. And you were asking what we're doing there. We have our basic art and design, design of the characters, and then we're involved a lot in the different products that both Sesame Street and the Muppet Show characters. And so a great deal of the upper floors have to do with all of that, and the business deals relating to that and so forth. And then downstairs, of course, we're building puppets, and Faz has his mechanical workshop in there. And so it's the center of the company, and everything really comes out of there.
That's it's a joyous room, that workroom.
Well, I think the whole building is, and the designers, the interior decorator people and the architects really worked to help achieve that. And I wanted a place that's a delightful place to work in. And I always have the feeling if what you're doing is entertaining and you want this whole feeling of entertainment and fun, and so you want to have an atmosphere to work in that's, you know, that lends itself to that.
For the stranger walking through, it's just a joy to see drawers labeled Monster Eyes.
Well, I love the place myself. Unfortunately, just right after we had our opening party, I think I moved over to London and have spent a great deal of my time in London, you know, for the last year or two. But that won't always be that way. I'll be back soon.
Okay. This may sound like a silly question to you, but I was thinking how much life there is in those characters. We all know them, and they seem like old acquaintances by now. Do they seem alive to you? Do you know how Kermit would react in any given situation?
Well, yes, we know how a lot of the characters react, and we just sort of think of them as they have a kind of life. And it's interesting because with the Muppet Show coming to an end after next year, or after this current year, I'm very concerned because I really want, you know, I don't want those characters to end at all, and so we will be keeping them alive in various and sundry forms, like this movie. You know, this is one of the ways we'll keep these guys alive. But you know, it's interesting because you spend 5 years building this relationship between them all, and Kermit and Piggy and Gonzo and Fozzie, and you know, and then when the show stops, you know, that life can't end. You know, it's got to keep going, and it will in various and sundry forms.
I liked Lily Tomlin's remark. Working with the Muppets, after working with the Muppets, Lily Tomlin said it's like working with anybody else, except when you have to take a break, you don't go out for coffee together. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, as we put them all in the drawer, in boxes and so forth, which we try not to let anybody see us put them in the boxes.
But even seeing some of the characters lying around here, they still seem alive to me. They how do you take styrofoam and a hank of wool and a bit of cloth and make a character? Can you say how it's done?
Well, it's this process that we've been doing for such a long time. You know, a lot of my people have worked together with me for many years, and we're sort of used to this whole thing. And when we're doing the Muppet Show, you know, immediately you have to, you know, sometimes overnight you do, you know, you take a bunch of mops and turn them into characters and things like that. But we're all sort of used to doing that.
We're almost finished. Just talk to me just a little bit about puppetry. Did you know anything of the history of it? I mean, the business. Did you ever study puppetry?
Well, I didn't when I started, and when I began, the only puppetry I knew were Bert Tillstrom and Bill Baird and things on television. And But since I've gotten into it, you know, I've gotten to know the other puppeteers, and I've learned a great deal more of the history, and I have a great deal of respect for the form itself. I really enjoy
Which is an
puppetry.
ancient form. Huh?
It's as old as anything. You know, we have puppetry back at, you know, as long as there was theater, and way back in caveman times, there was some form of little articulated figures that they would use. And so it's an ancient thing, and I've come to really love it. I love what you can do with it on television. And then working in films is very exciting because there are other things you can do on film, particularly with, again, the length of time you have to work. And so you can work and overcome. See, puppetry is a very limited form. The puppets can only do just a few things. They can't begin to do 2% of what a person can do with his face and his body. And so it becomes this big game where we're trying to fool the audience into thinking they're seeing the characters do everything they want to do, when actually we can do only a little tiny bit. You know, and we try to overcome that with all the different techniques of television and motion picture and so on.
Well, we are well fooled. I think people believe in that instant on television somehow. Not to be stuffy about it, but how have you advanced the art?
Well, I don't know. There's very few things that we do that we created. I think we've invented very little. But what we've done is we've taken a lot of different techniques that from all different forms of puppetry and television, and sort of put them all together into one thing. At the moment, we're doing some new things with radio control, and we're different ways of manipulating characters and so on. But as I say, you know, there's not that much that we've created new. There's also a lot of new materials that are coming along, and those have, you know, changed things. The foam, you know, latex foams and plastic foams and all of that sort of thing. Excuse me one second.
Do you
Radio
mind if we
control is ready back in for a standby.
No, I think one thing, see, I think with this high wind like this, we're running into even more danger of the landings. So I would just as soon knock this off as soon as we can fly.
With the balloon, if
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So shoot with a balloon, not a mat.
Well, if you think it's going to be a long wait, let's go ahead and knock one of these off. How long is our light good?
Light's good till 4:30.
Till 4:30. Oh, it's only 3. Oh.
Wait a little bit. We can afford to wait a little bit.
Should we just?
Yeah, let's sit for a little bit because the sky turned out so nicely. Maybe the wind will do the same thing.
The sky is pretty.
It'll be 20 minutes to change the logo after we've shot it with nothing in the background.
Yeah.
So let's shoot this.
Seems like we could just go ahead and knock one off then.
20 minutes. Why 21?
Terry says he'll do it in 20, huh?
I'll help.
Yes, boss.
Right. Stand by to shoot this without the balloon.
I thought directors were supposed to be tense coiled springs. You'd seem to be perfectly at ease.
Oh, well, I'm a tense coil spring at other times, I guess. But this is kind of an easy day out here at the moment. So, but I think they're going to have to put up that board to cover you again at the moment.
Okay, well, we'll get out of your hair for a while.
Okay.
Thanks
Okay.
very much.
We'll turn over on this one, and we can come back and get more stuff if you'd like.
All right, well, we'll...
Coming on. Okay. Close the door. Still. Push it in a little bit in. There. All right, Dusty.
You're looking right down the lid. I hope it's not a problem.
Okay, here we go. Stand by. First position, please. Still and quiet, everybody, please.
Dusty,
Yes, Frank?
your action is from me. True?
That's good.
Thank you.
Okay, tense up.
Hold the flag, gentlemen.
And markers. You can put front markers on, actually, because we're not chasing the balloon. Okay. You want a front marker? Front marker. Okay. Gary, going round. More protection. Careful, that's right.
We're gonna head slide it?
How do I look, George? Right, here we go. Watching, Derek.
Yep. I think it's cold out here.
Roll it.
Big.
Marker. Marker.
All right, very still.
And action.
Right.
Count when you like, Derek.
Yeah, you want to run over a bit further back?
For another second, okay, just for safety. Okay. Pull way back as far as you can, and we can let Jerry get in here and get a couple of stills.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we can go back so far. We haven't landed.
No, just animal breaking. You know, I mean, no.
You don't need to move to that, I don't think. You can stand on the dolly or...
Derek?
That's right.
Would you have preferred me? All right, then we'll.
No, Jerry still. Okay.
Yep, Jerry. Okay.
You want to replace that one then, Dusty?
Jerry.
This one just didn't break as well as the last one. Because the last one really was a big It didn't break anywhere near as nice as the last one.
When I did break it, it broke here.
So we can score that in 6 piece. I don't know how to move it.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just push that on this piece if it does, just much of it. And I'll walk over to her. Can you come see Frank, Abel? Coming in.
Down a little. Ah.
Hold it.
Want to move the body down about half an inch and the eyes up a little? Yeah, there you go. Wait a second. Who's it? Up a little, Frank. Oh, how's that look to you?
Once you do one with mouth wide open, maybe break off a little bit of the frame now. Break off a little more frame. Okay.
You break it off, Frank.
Which way, Jim? Here?
You
do here.
So once you try the other side. Yeah, right in there.
Hello.
And even more, let's break off some of that frame. Yeah. Yeah, you can take that off. Right. A little more. That's it, yeah. Yeah, good.
Animal!
All right. And hold it.
We got that last one.
I guess he has to be told.
One more enough for you, Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh, I like
Let me get that.
I didn't know she's a dental hygienist as well.
Up just a tiny bit, Frank. Ah.
Hold it right there. Got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Dusty, you can change it.
Okay, Terry. Over to you.
Well, at the moment we're waiting for the wind because we can't launch our balloon if there's too much wind. It tends to blow the balloon over sideways, and then the flame can set fire to the canopy. So.
Isn't it
that's our-
frustrating to have such an otherwise perfect day? And
Yeah, well, today has been a day like that. We've had a lot of little things go wrong. There are a lot of radio control variables, and waiting for some weather, and then we dropped a couple of magazines of film. So.
you're still smiling somehow.
Oh, we're okay. It'll work out.
Tell me about that workroom in New York, in some detail if you can. What goes on there, and what sort of people work there?
Well, it's an interesting series of kinds of talents. We've got people from costume background, we have sculptors, prop makers, and there are very few people who start off studying how to build puppets. And so they have to sort of learn all of these different kinds of skills, and we find people from a lot of different areas. They're very talented. It's a group of about, a dozen to a dozen and a half people in the New York area there that work. We've got sort of two shops there. And we've got, of course, Faz is there, and he's our genius of mechanical things. We do all of the costumes for the puppets there. Calista does most of the designs for Piggy's outfits, and we do all the designs there for, well, we're doing a special at the moment, and for the films that we're working on. Let's see, what else happens in there? Of course, we build new puppets there too, and at the moment I think it's fairly quiet. No? No, right now they're building dark crystal creatures too. So.
Dark crystal creatures?
Well, dark crystal is the next feature we're shooting, and we start shooting that in April.
Is it fun still?
Oh yes, it really is. I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing. In particular, a film like this, because to me it's such a joy to be finally directing, because that's kind of the sort of thing I've wanted to do for a long time, and finally to reach the point where I can direct a major feature is very exciting as far as I'm concerned.
Do you give any thought to the audience, the age of the audience, or who's watching?
With most of our stuff, we aim at just at sort of family, and basically in terms of attitude, we usually like to do things that we enjoy, and so we're kind of working for ourselves in that sense.
Let's wait just a second.
Yeah. I cover enough of what you wanted to do about the New York people.
I think so. Anything you left out, we can put in,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So we can, you and I will narrate that part of it together maybe, or something like that. We'll see.
Okay.
We don't really need to know in nuts and bolts detail. Just watching it is almost enough. You know, it's not a textbook how to run a Muppet.
You know, Michael Frith. Did you meet Michael, our art director in New York?
Yeah.
He's very good, and also makes a good spokesman, I think. You know, he talks much better than I do.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
I suppose it was always thought before that puppets were for kids. Do you give any thought to the age of the audience, or who's watching?
Well, we try to do things for the whole family, really, and I think where our show is positioned, it's a great place for family viewing. But in terms of the attitude of what we do and the writing level, we sort of write things that we enjoy, and we write the kind of entertainment that we have fun with. So we're really working for ourselves.
Even with all this, then you have to remain a little innocent or childlike yourself.
Well, I'm still enjoying it all, and it's still a lot of fun for me, and I think all of our guys feel the same way. You know, we're still having a lot of fun.
That's clear.
But we've done Sesame Street for 12 years now, and that gave us a great background of sort of being aware of what the younger children can understand and not understand. And with most of our material, we try to keep it understandable, you know, to the younger kids, so that a 5 or 6 year old can still follow what's happening, that sort of thing.
And there's always a story. Somehow, they're not just pratfalls, there's always a yarn involved.
Yes, well, hopefully, yes.
When's the movie coming out, by the way?
June 26th in this country. What we're aiming for. It's a fairly tight schedule, but I think we'll make it okay.
Okay.
I'm watching, Jim. Yeah, I'm watching. No, it's pretty small to see, Jim, but where's it in relation to that little cloud? On the right of centre, yeah. Okay. All right, well, that didn't tell us anything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're going to do this before the balloon gets off the ground?
I reckon those...
I need so he can look at it.
See the two bushes in front of us? On the angle of the line, the right-hand line of the... See the right-hand bush? I would say that's it. In other words, that's the edge of frame. Back here...
John, hold it from the top.
Okay, I will.
Tommy, push it in a little bit, the shadow.
You've got it.
Up a little. Up a little. Tip it down a bit. Right, okay. Here we go. Okay.
Very important it comes to there, Tommy, that shadow.
Okay, got it. Now, what I want to do is, whilst I've got to get in and get through, when we hit close there, you want about an 80, right?
When we get into here?
Yeah, I don't want to get in too close, so I don't get inside the balloon area. Otherwise I won't know where the hell it is.
Can you back it off a bit? Maybe like about a 50 by the time we get
just to see the ground there. So if you're about an 80, you reckon by the time we're up level as a whole?
Yes.
And then we go on by. Yeah, I guess you could have, don't change it.
What did you want? Do you want to get through?
Well, I didn't want to be in too tight in case I'm suddenly I'm inside the balloon and I've got to fish for it. Better if I see the balloon and we're closing with it.
Ozzy?
Yes.
Did you want this 9 light on?
Oh yes, should be.
Everything has got to be on. It's not on, Tommy.
Is the one the other side on? Is the one the other side on?
Yes, it
Did I fill that in with black or do you? Oh, you're just
is. No, it's in there, Lenny.
Oh yeah, we have.
Sorry. There it is. See, right, it's right in the middle there.
Frame, yeah.
Isn't it? Can you see it right in there? That must be right in the middle, isn't it?
Hey.
Action for Frank, right?
Right, yeah. I'll do the same movements on his option.
Okay.
Right.
Delay airborne.
John, are you done? Are you busy? Could I get you to do one thing? Just hold your hand on that jail to keep you from talking around.
I think I can get both of them.
Can you do both?
Yeah.
I'd really rather you just handle
That one's just got to come in just a little bit. There, that's it. It's very critical there. That's fine.
That's good. So if it's small, then it's tiny, and then it gives us a chance to cut in for a closer size.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. Nearly there. Nearly.
We're running with it.
Second bite.
Yeah, may linger around here a bit.
Yeah, oh sure, okay.
Where are they now?
Well, it's floating. It's not airborne yet.
Very close.
They got it up right.
Yeah, it's upright.
Right, stand by everybody please, stand by.
Over the flag, gentlemen.
Ian, just in a little bit. That's it, just there.
I'll
Right.
cue you. I'll cue you, Charles. Okay, stop on.
Yes, 8 and 11.
Between 8 and 11.
Thank you.
Do you have an insulate or flat slate?
Stand by, stand by.
The whole insulated
Talk
system.
about the altitude on the balloon.
And markers?
Yeah, totally.
You're going to be turnover.
Stand by the door. I'll give you 10 seconds to turn over.
Hello, Derek.
Yes, Jim.
Take a look through this gap here and talk about the altitude of the balloon.
Yep.
Can you see it?
No, I'm blocked out, Jim.
You have me? Keep Derek a clear shot here.
All right,
Turn on the camera. Turn on the camera.
Okay, running.
Does it look about right to you, Derek? Yes, stay.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Altitude is good.
Nice. Action, Frank. Action, Frank.
Yes, it's right in your picture. Left slightly. Got it?
Can't see it.
Yes, it must be there. Keep it. It's right in your picture.
Probably a bump.
It won't go down.
Probably a bump. Don't have one at all.
Keep running and wait for it, Derek. Pretty good for you?
Didn't get any balloon.
Is it too low or too high?
Well, I think he was probably too high. Oh, now he was way too high. Yeah, well, I'll just run a few feet of this. That top left corner didn't go, that's the problem.
He was right in the middle. The timing was right.
Then we might turn. Keep clear a second.
Shame, I think somehow...
See, Derek, what happened was I was concerned that I didn't get the top, so I wanted to get the top for you real good. And by the time I pushed in, you were pushed in too far for me to go the other side and get the other side. It's kind of rough, sorry. Because I guess I thought the camera was going that way, but you couldn't because the boom wasn't there.
No.
There was still time for you to get across.
One bite.
See?
Bite. Now on the other side.
Ah, you see?
Oh, you wanted for the
Serious, because that's what you've been saying, how difficult this was. There we go, you see? So I was trying for it, and as a result I couldn't get to that side.
not just moving it?
No. I mean, we'll get the position because we can't move once it starts.
No, that's what I'm saying. Once it's gone off and ahead, then we, with the truck, move to the next position, stop, reset up, and the balloon goes past.
That's the damage. The camera. They'll get along to try and keep up.